What's up? This is DrewTyrell. You tuned in to Cloudy Conversations.
All right, so today's guest is multi-talented artist, producer, and engineer, DrewTyrell. Thanks for sitting down and talking with us.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Now, you're coming out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Before we dive into the music side of what you got going on, I want to talk more about the person.
Mm-hmm.
So what was life like for you growing up in Harrisburg?
That shit was normal. Can I cuss on the phone?
Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable.
It was normal. I grew up on the south side, across the street from like Hartman Projects. It was just like any other area though. Like I feel like the inner city is pretty much the same. Like it's the normal like little bit of violence, a little bit of drug shit, but for the most part it's fun. Like it ain't too much crazy shit going on because it's a small city. But
not to cut you off. I was gonna say, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay,
yeah.
so you're a 90s baby. So you grew up in a time frame where you actually played outside. So it's like that's kind of I feel like where your answer's coming from.
Yeah, real shit. I was about to say we was really outside every single day, like playing football, basketball. It was just sports every single day. So like literally, my friends would wake me up. It'd be 13 niggas outside. We'd go outside from 9 in the morning till
the street lights come on.
Literally.
And everybody's dashing home.
I was about to say, childhood was fun. I ain't even gonna hold it.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got 3 siblings. I got a little sister and 2 older brothers.
Okay. Yeah. And were your parents together?
Yeah, they together. Yeah.
Oh, they're still together. Okay, household. So all the same household.
Yeah.
So do you come from like a musical family?
I don't. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. So like my parents have always played hella music like anybody's parents do. Like everybody's parents got their own like set of things that they like to listen to, vibes that they like get and shit like that. I feel like my mom gave me like a lot of R&B vibes. They didn't really let me listen to rap at first. But my dad always played old school rap because there wasn't a whole lot of cussing and shit like that. So I had a good foundation.
Like Cootie, like when the rapping first started? Like,
yeah, he played, all right, so my dad like Big Daddy Kane, that's one of his favorite people. He like Public Enemy, so he like Chuck D.
A lot of conscious, social justice.
And he like motherfuckers who could really rap. So like I feel like I always had that from the start. Like he was a Biggie fan. He had Tupac shit. Like so he liked everything a little bit. But I think his favorite was Big Daddy Kane just because of the wordplay, shit like that. But in terms of just overall musical influences, I don't know. Like my oldest brother Wayne, he rapped, and then my brother Matt, he's in between us two. He probably did music first, but he sang. So like, but I didn't think I was gonna make music. I don't even know why I made music.
Right, you made music.
Yeah.
Now it's like you're the mixture of the big older brothers, the rapper and the singer. Yeah. Now you grew up in the same household, siblings, and with the parents. Was education like important in your household? Like
yeah, for sure. I mean, with my dad's side of the family, it was like college or nothing, for real. So I didn't really have a choice on that side. My mom from Jamaica, so she more got like an immigrant aspect to it, like just be cool in life type shit, like just be happy. So like I feel like it was both sides to it, but my dad was pretty much like, hey, you going to school, bro. Like what else you gonna do? So definitely went to school, all that type of shit.
And were you a good student?
When I wanted to be. Like I was smart, but I didn't care. So it was like it was different. And it wasn't like a not care for no reason. It was just like I didn't have no passion for a lot of the shit that was going on. Like all I cared about was ball. So it was like if it wasn't ball, you wasn't really about to get my attention.
So you just pretty much did what you had to do to make the team.
Pretty much.
And it's crazy that you bring that up because I was just about to mention I seen your IG videos of you hooping. So like basketball is something you've always done.
Yeah.
And obviously we would say your favorite sport.
Yeah, first love I would say, cause like I don't know, I just feel like my whole life I wanted to do something like great. So like at first I felt like basketball was the way to do that. So I was like, I'm just trying to do that. Like so every
And is
day,
that a default? Cause how tall are you?
6'5".
Okay, yeah. So like
it sort of was, but it also was just like I don't know. I really love it. Like so it was. I don't know. It was natural. It was real natural.
Do you remember your first moment where you like played ball or like you seen the game and you was like, yo, like That shit's crazy.
I remember watching the Lakers and the Sixers in the finals.
Okay.
And I was a big AI fan. I didn't like Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe. I didn't like Kobe though for whatever reason.
I think that was the time frame. Like that was just the stigma around Kobe, but still not like him. Like,
that was the narrative they was painting at the time. So like AI was just like the underdog. So I was just watching that song like, damn, this shit really crazy. But then I didn't really watch basketball until LeBron came in, and that's always been my favorite player. But
LeBron, yeah, I love him. Nobody can tell me nothing about LeBron.
Yeah, that's the GOAT. I don't care no about shit.
See, we agree on.
But we're not going. All right, this. I don't want to get into this conversation. He the GOAT, but he's not a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. If when it comes to just being a dog,
I'm gonna say I disagree with that because he's a better basketball player. He just don't have the. He don't have the he lacks the ability to take over and not feel sorry about it. Like he feels obligated to involve his teammates.
That's a big
and it's
part
like,
of the
and sometimes,
game,
bro, you gotta like really just go out there and show them why you LeBron James.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be a closer.
Yeah.
So it's like I respect the fact that when Jordan got you down, you not finna get up. So it's like that's.
And there's always pros and cons to everybody's game because when we with Kobe or Michael, when they that type of dog player, like, oh, well, get your teammates involved. Why are you playing with them? And then LeBron, well, why you passing the ball? So it's like we always gonna find something.
Give and take. It's give and take with it. It's give and take. But Michael Jordan's game is beautiful. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, he got a beautiful game, bro.
Now, when you come to the court, like, do you come with your 5 already, or you can pretty much run with anybody?
I just show up for real. Like, if it ain't the homies or some shit like that, then I just show up for real. It's whatever.
And are you normally picked because you're a tall guy, or like?
Yeah, I feel like people will pick me because they like, oh, big man, yo, you try to play, but I'm like, I get on the court and I'm dribbling and shooting threes and shit. They're like, oh, all right, bet, yeah. So it's like, yeah.
So how would you describe your game? You said you get on the court shooting threes, like.
I mean, I don't even know, cause I don't want to gas myself. But I don't know. I'm just like a big guard that like playmaking guard, dribble, shoot. I could do whatever, like for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because you're 6'5", so NBA wise, you wouldn't necessarily be a guard.
Yeah, for sure.
Smaller on the forward side, but
yeah, I'd probably be either a point guard or just like a defensive 2 guard, some shit like that.
Okay. Now, I had an interesting question that I thought of when I seen you, play basketball. I want you to put together your all-time list from point guard to center, starting 5.
That's crazy.
And it might be a little thought process, but I don't know, like, because I know I can name 5 players in 5 different positions that I probably would.
So do it gotta be?
Or it don't gotta be
who
all
I
the time.
think is the best, or who I like the best?
Who you like the best?
Who I like the best.
And who you feel like if you went to the court with that, you got a strong chance of just winning up every game. Like.
All right, so I'm on the 5 too?
Yeah, I'm gonna put you in there to make it
all right,
fun.
so I'm the one.
What's your position? You gotta call it out.
Yeah, I'm the one. Fuck that. I'm the one. Give me Steph Curry as the 2, because he just gonna compliment everything I do. Give me Bron at the 3. Give me KD at the 4. And give me I gotta say Shaq, bro. Because if Shaq ever see this, he'll bar me the fuck up. I gotta say Shaq.
Definitely would.
Yeah.
This track coming immediately.
So me, Steph, Bron, KD, and Shaq. Yeah, we run everybody. Real shit.
I think that's pretty versatile. Shaq saved you with having something in the middle.
Real shit.
Like
real
the rest
shit.
of them,
and I got KD and Steph. Like, come on, I got Bron. Like, oh yeah, that's a wrap. I might not have to do shit. I can stand in the corner.
You gonna be literally the 5th man.
I was about to say, I just gotta chill. I just gotta not miss shots.
Is there any other sports that you're into or that you played?
I played football for 1 year, only because just like I was just never really into it. But when I played, I was alright though. Like I started at receiver. I only played a couple games though. I ended up breaking my finger on some goofy ass shit. But it was promising. Like it let me know if I would have played more. Like pretty much whatever I wanted to do, I could have did it. But I just didn't care about that much shit. Like,
is there a reason why you didn't care about that much shit at that time? Like,
I ain't know no better. I think that's one of the things that life teaches you is like how much you don't know. So it's like you gotta have good like elders and shit in your life to tell you like the possibilities of like what you could do and shit like that. Like my parents, not that they didn't tell me that, but they didn't give me like specifics. They was just always like, well, you could do what you want to do, blah blah blah. But I'm like, well, what do that mean? Like, what's out there from you? Like, what's possible? So
especially growing up in an environment where it's like it's not too many examples of
it's
different
like
shit.
sports
It's like,
or rap, which is like, and I never thought I was gonna be a rapper. So, like,
so, but here we are. And when I listen to your music, kind of like transition a little bit, you do speak a lot about different emotions and situations in regards to like females and family.
mm-hmm.
Have you always kind of like had a difficult time with love, like even if it's just like platonic with friends or females, like?
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, growing up where we grew up, it's like there's already a lack of love in the community. Like it's a lot of just like, I wouldn't say hate, but it's like discomfort among people because like it might be where you live at or the fact that you just like you might go to a new school, people just treat you weird, shit like that. Like I switched schools probably like every year until 6th grade, just for like I don't even know what reason. I just kept going to every elementary school out this joint, so it was just weird. But I was always just a new kid trying to figure that shit out, so I was just already like on my own at that point. But I don't know. I feel like I've been in relationships too. Like I've been in a relationship for like multiple years, shit like that. So like that played a big part in it. And then I feel like there's just a big aspect of my family life too, just because like there be trials and tribulations with that shit. So I just be trying to talk about everything. Like it really just be venting. Like that's all the music be for real.
And what would you say like led to your first heartbreak? Like the thing that you feel like changed your perspective on love?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Right
It's
there,
weird.
like,
It's weird. I ain't gonna lie. Basketball was my first heartbreak.
when you realized it wasn't going to be.
When I realized it wasn't even like realizing it wasn't going to be. It was realizing that it wasn't in my control. Because in sports, people, when you play sports, you know how much your coach and your even your teammates or the school you play for, everything plays a part in how far you go. So as I was going, I was just like, bro, I don't got the right cards in my hand for this shit to work out. Like I'm not in the right place. I'm not playing the right position. I'm not for the right coach. Like nothing was just in my way. So I was just like, it created like a little depressed period. Like I stopped giving a fuck about school. Like everything was just like, fuck it. Cause I didn't see my vision
That's a harsh realization.
anymore.
Like to realize like my dream ain't even in my hands.
It's not even reachable for real. Like.
And I feel like that's something a lot of athletes can relate to because you know you got the skill, you got the game, but literally you being in an environment where everybody on the team might have a certain thing. Now the coach is put in a position between you getting 5 minutes and you getting 3 minutes, and we just two stacks. So like it's a good thing for the coach, but a bad thing for the players.
Exactly.
Especially when we got multiple seniors, and it's like it's a lose-lose for a lot of people.
Yeah, you just gotta deal with it. You can't really do much about it because it's everybody's future at stake. It's not just yours. So. But yeah, that was one of the first heartbreaks that I had. Even though I went to college and still played, like, the same thing happened. It was this, like, I didn't choose that school. Like, I was going to go to Shippensburg already and just be a student. And
so you walked on?
Yeah, I walked on. It was a preferred walk on. My coach, like, called the coach, like, I don't know if he was trying to make up for it or whatever, but he called Shippensburg, like, yo, I think I got a player coming up there. You should look at him, blah, blah, blah. So they hit me up like, yo, we want you on the team. That shit lasted like, I got through the preseason and like 3 games. And then it was just too much. It was at the point where school, like I already didn't, like I said, I didn't give a fuck about school. And my dad made me go. So it was just like, damn, why am I here as a walk-on?
Yeah.
I'm breaking my ass like in preseason workouts. I'm not getting no scholarship money. I'm just like, bro, this shit ain't making sense no more. So, like, it was just one day in practice, me and Coach had, like, a little, know what I mean? And he started making everybody run because of what me and him was going through. And I just was like, fuck it, this ain't worth it no more. So I just, know what I mean? I just left. I was like, fuck it. Literally probably, like, started rapping not long after that for I don't know what the fuck reason.
I'm going to say, so did that become, like, music? Because you said you never seen yourself as a rapper.
I never did.
You got emotion, you feeling shit, you need to vent. So it's like...
Yeah, you see what happens? My brother and them was rapping at that time. So it was like, they was doing the Machine Life thing in the city. They was doing like little shows here and there. They had done some beat battles and won some shit. So they was like bubbling a little bit. And I had just heard, what's the Kendrick album, the first one?
Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City. I had just heard Good Kid, Mad City. So I wasn't even a Kendrick fan. But I think Swimming Pools was the first song that I liked, and then I heard the whole album, and I was just like, bro, this shit's like a audio book. Like, it just felt so real, and that just made me interested. Like, damn, I know people who make music. I feel like I could try that shit. So I just randomly started, like, rapping on my voice notes on my phone type shit, like, on random little YouTube beats, like, and that's just, I don't know, that shit just progressed over time, I guess.
And you would say that was, what, around 2016, 2017?
Nah, that was way earlier. Oh, that too. I would say so. On Apple Music, it says my shit came out in 2017, but that's really from 2015.
Oh,
so it was actually a 4-year break, like a 4 or 5 year break in between me dropping. So like I started making music when I quit basketball. That was the end of 2013 or the end of 2012, going into 2013.
Okay.
So I think the first time I recorded was 2013, sometime in there. But like Party and some of them songs from like the Trail EP, those are from 2014. And then 2015 was when I finally dropped it, like I think on SoundCloud or some shit. But then like fast forward to 2017, that's when they like let people start putting this shit on Apple Music, like regular people. And that's why that joint was on there for 2017. Because that was when I was able to do it. So that was
really like the beginning of...
Yeah, it was a long... Like, I was in college, like, when I made that shit, like, in my bedroom.
Did you go back and listen to those old and first, like, songs that you put together?
Sometimes. Some of them I still like. Some of them, like, that shit was hard, like... But some of them make me cringe. I'm like, yeah. Some of them, like, yeah, that shit was poop as fuck.
Now, I also mentioned, like, you're a producer and an engineer. So, when you first started off, were you producing or you were going to look for beats in?
I had to because, like, I had Keys, my homie Keys Adon, he producing shit. He the one who kind of introduced me to just, like, the back end, or not even the back end, really the front end of music. So, like, the production, like, recording, all that type of shit. Like, he was the first person that recorded me, all that type of stuff. So, he was always making beats. Like, as long as I knew him, he was making beats, like, ever since he was, like, 12 type shit. So I really just started getting in with him, like, yo, show me how to make beats, blah, blah, blah. And then that was freshman year of college. But at the end of freshman year, I had got in trouble on some whatever the fuck type shit. So my parents told me I had to go to stay with my grandma over the summer.
Yeah.
She was like, you can't stay in the city.
Fresh
they was like,
Prince.
yeah, real shit. On some funny ass shit. They sent me to fucking Ocean City, New Jersey, which is like a beach town. It's like I don't want to say it's whitewashed, but it's like, it's a family town. It's a tourist town. So it's like, it's a dry joint. Like, you can't have no liquor, all that type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm down there working at the beach, like on a parking lot type shit, like for the whole summer. So like, but while I was there, I just got all this like pirated like Fruity Loops and shit like that off like Google and shit like that. And then I just start fucking with the beats and just start making shit. Like, I just had to finesse it because I ain't had nobody giving me beats. And then, like I said, that shit just built over time. Because anytime I do some shit, I just feel like I gotta be good. I can't be like lame at doing that shit, or else why I do it.
So like when you first started, were you letting everybody know that's what you was getting into, or you was like kind of dabbling in it, trying to see?
I told Stan, I told my man Sam that was on the basketball team with me. When I first quit, I was like, bro, I'm about to rap. He's like, you on some funny ass shit, bro. I was like, nah, yo, I'm about to, like, I was on some funny shit when I told him, but I'm like, nah, yo, I'm about to just do it, like, nah, I mean, just as something to pass time. So I didn't even know that me starting that shit was gonna end up where it's at now, to where I'm in the studio now and I make music all the time type shit, like. But I don't know. I felt like I couldn't see it going downhill or anything like that, because like I said, why I even started in the first place? I knew I was gonna put the work in and be good at it. So it was just like, fuck it. Once I made a decision, I just started going for it.
Do you feel like you're better at one more than the other, or like you're kind of like a triple threat?
I think I'm better at writing now. There was a point in time where I felt like I was better at making beats, but it was really just because I hadn't spent enough time writing. Like, I was trying to do everything. I was recording myself, I was making beats, I'm writing the songs and shit. So it was like, for a novice, it was too much. Because I was like, yeah, I'm making cool beats, but my songwriting lacking because I'm not working on it. Like, oh yeah, my song, I wrote this dope song with this cool beat, but I can't mix it because it don't sound right. So it was just like years and years of like hitting a wall, like, fuck, bro, I'm not like getting the right quality like on all three fronts. So after a while, I felt like I just started getting better. So then that's when, like, probably like close to the time period when bro started really just like pushing me to drop some shit, probably around like 7 for 7 time period, when my mixes just got like up to par, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll let people hear this shit. Like,
now, when did you start like producing and mixing for other people?
Like 2016 maybe.
Okay.
I had another guy that was managing me at first, and he had just pushed me to like give him a beat pack or something, because he was like, "I see you produce, you do this and that. Like, give me a beat pack, I'll give you $1,000 for it, and I'll just shop it myself." So I was like, "All right." He was like, "Give me like 20 beats." So I just gave him 20 beats, and that was the first time I ever really was like, "Yeah, I want some
Make some
producer
money,
shit."
and I'm a producer.
Real shit.
It's lit though.
So I was like, "Fuck it."
Now, when you're working with other artists and they're like you're producing, how do you approach that creatively? Like, do they come? It depends on how they come to you. Like, well, I got a song, I need a beat, or I ain't got nothing but an idea. Like,
I think I get every type of scenario, honestly. When I'm probably like 3 years into the engineering full time type stuff, like in terms of other people. I say the biggest aspect of it is just like being a people person. Like, you gotta know how to deal with people's personalities. You gotta know how to deal with people when they frustrated, because music is one of them things where you can be real self-conscious about what you're saying and how you're performing it. So you gotta make people feel comfortable, all that type of shit. But once you get past all of that, it just comes down to, like you said, what they want. I have people that come in and be like, I got a YouTube beat. I'm just about to rap this song that I wrote at home, and that joint be simple. I got some people that come in with a YouTube beat. They don't have shit. They like, yo, I'm about to bar for bar this joint, the whole song. I'm like, all right, bet. I have some people who like come in. They're pop singers, and they have a group, and they're like shuffling in and out of the booth, like punching in and out, like going back and forth and shit. So it's all types of different experiences. I have people who come in just for beat sessions, so he'll just pay for my time. I'll sit there and like, he'll bring his own samples, and I'll chop the samples up for him and then make beats for him. So it's like anything people want for real. Whatever I feel like I could do, I just offer that shit.
Just offer that as a service.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit though, because it's like you're like a one-stop shop. On top of, you have a creative mind to also help like funnel those who aren't necessarily know where they want to go, but you can give them some pointers to get them there. So that's super helpful.
Right.
Is there one that you prefer to do more? Like, if you had to choose, like, which would you focus on? Being an artist, engineer, or producer?
Yeah, I probably focus on being an artist, because I feel like in every other aspect, like I said, you gotta be a people person, and I tend to not be a people person a lot of the time. Like, I be going against the grain of my natural self to like be a people person, but I understand that gains me value and notoriety, whatever the fuck. So I just be trying to do what I gotta do so I can do what I want to do. So my mom always be trying to tell me.
That's good. Alright, so you released 5 albums, 2 EPs, and a handful of singles since 2017, officially 2015, with most coming out more consistently as of 2020. Think about your first project up until the most recent, Love Is Life, and tell me what comes to mind as it relates to your growth in each area.
Damn. Alright, so I guess I could start with Trill. That was just kind of like, those literally like my first couple of songs like that I ever really felt confident in. So putting them out, that was like the initial. I feel like when you first start doing music, you don't really know how to do music or like how to release it, how it's supposed to go, how you're supposed to look as an artist, all that type of shit. So that whole album, EP, whatever you want to call it, it was just me putting some shit out there. Like, it's like basically saying I make music. That's all that was. I think I dropped like 2 little small EPs in between that. Those was just like more of that, really. Just trying to figure out what the fuck I was doing for real. I didn't feel like anything really was substantial until 7 for 7. Because even the cover, like me being on the joint with my shirt off, like people was like, yo, why you on the joint with your shirt off? I'm like, it's the message that it sends. Like, I'm a real like private type person. So for me to like, this is me showing y'all like, all right, I'm out here. Like, I'm really about to start giving y'all like me. So like that cover really signified everything about the album for me. So I felt like I gave people like different flavors on it. Like, they got to see different sides of what I could do. The production was better. The rapping was better. Everything was just better. So starting with that shit, that made me feel confident to go into Keep Faith. And Keep Faith was, that was recorded probably in like 3 months. Probably like maybe less, I don't know. Like, it just started, like everything just started coming in spurts after 7 for 7 because I just had like newfound confidence, I guess. So Keep Faith was just like, that was during a crazy time period in my life too. Like, My mom, she was in the hospital. She almost passed away from pneumonia and all kind of shit. That was like when COVID first started too.
Like COVID, okay.
Like right at the beginning.
Before they announced COVID, or like.
Like she was in the hospital for all of February. They announced COVID March 11th.
Okay, so yeah.
So yeah, like basically right after. And then basically after that, like a year after, my grandma had just passed. So it was just like a crazy time period where I was going through so much shit. I felt like I needed to really talk about some shit. So Keep Faith is probably like one of my more personal albums where I felt like I was really getting into some like life, like tragedy type shit. But it was also something that I produced like 90% on my own. So it was kind of like me going further into that like world of just me, like all me type music, like production, engineering, writing, everything me. But then what came after that? I think Black came after. So Black came out. That was when I first started linking with Jameson. I can't even remember how me and Jameson met, bro. Like it was, I just feel like we was always cool. I can't remember how the fuck I met him.
That's a good relationship.
We just been cool. Yeah, I don't even know. I can't even try to tell you. But yeah, we just been linking for like maybe like a full year, like a year and a half now. Bro, just hella talented, bro. Like he made I think maybe 4 or 5 of the beats out of the 6 on Black. And I felt like Black was just like, literally that I was just blacking out. Like I felt like I was in a groove making really good music. I was talking my shit. And I was really proud of how that shit came out because he put me on a different type of wave in terms of his production. Like he likes to call it high octane type shit. So it really turned me up like in terms of the sound and shit like that. So then that carried over into Searching for Something. It was just like we made so much music together. I was just like, I gotta drop some more music. So in between those two, though, I was like saving all these R&B songs I was making, which was about to become Love Is Life, and I didn't even know that. Dang. But it was just a bunch of R&B songs that didn't fit all the turned up shit, and I was just putting them to the side. But then like we dropped Searching for Something because I was like, I don't want to drop the R&B shit yet. It was like, when did I drop that? December?
Searching for Something?
Yeah. I think I dropped it in December or some shit like that. It was just still a time period where I feel like, people still wanted to hear like me rapping and turned up shit, stuff like that. So I gave people Searching for Something. I think Mason did like pretty much the majority of that shit. Like the whole thing, killed that shit. And then that all led up into Love Is Life, which is the one that just dropped. Which is, I feel like I would say Keep Faith is really personal, but Love Is Life probably more personal because it's about love life type shit. It's about like being vulnerable. It's about finding purpose. This is about things that I'd probably never really say if it wasn't an R&B song type shit. So, but yeah, that's probably the process that I went through just in terms of every single project.
Yeah, and it sounds like your story is coming full circle just from, like you said, from the beginning stages. Then when you start doing it yourself and then you met a different producer who like put you in a different lane, different sounds. And now you really like, oh yeah, I can like, I'm here. And then boom. Give you that I feel like every level of your album you just level up with your co-signing yourself and knowing like, yo, like this is crazy. Like I'm watching what we do next. Like you're challenging yourself. So
real shit. I think it's just coming naturally with like you said, making more music, gaining more confidence and like seeing that I could keep doing it. Cause you don't really be knowing, like you make a good song, you be like, damn, can I make another one? And then you keep making more good songs. It's like, oh shit, maybe I'm nice. Like I don't know.
You gotta have that realization. Like, I feel like every great person has to go through that moment where it's like, oh wait, like, all right, maybe I really am. Because it's different. Like, of course, your people going to support you, they going to tell you. But when you have that moment where it's like, yo, like, I mean, of course I believed in myself, but like, now I see why. Because like, yo, I'm really fired.
It's cemented now, and it's just like you start really performing. You start knowing that you could do it every time. It's like as if you was in the NBA or some shit when you first like have your first string of like 20-point games. You like, oh, all right, this shit ain't even that hard. Like they say the game slow down. It's like whatever the fuck. Yeah.
It's just you got comfortable, and it could be mistaken as confidence. Sometimes can be taken as cockiness, but it's more so like a self-belief thing. Like,
I play on both sides of it. I've learned that it's become part of my personality because I'm so chill that people would just take me for someone who's like shy and stuff like that. But I'm really, really confident in myself. It's like sometimes I'll come off like an asshole because my confidence will come out, but nothing comes out but my confidence. So you'd be like, oh, this nigga an asshole.
They kind of did it to themselves by giving you a preperception.
Right,
it's like, no, you didn't even give me a chance to speak. Like,
real shit.
Now, you said prior to you linking up with Jamerson, you were like self-producing a lot of the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Was it really because you wanted to perfect your craft, or you just was at that time haven't found another artist or producer who like gave you a sense of fire?
I think it was both. I think I was trying to perfect my craft for a long time because I felt like it would be the most rewarding if I knew how to do everything. So I was like, I know I'm going to just try to keep getting better and better at everything because it'll only pay off. But once I met people that could do things at a higher capacity than me, like this motherfucker can make a beat in like 5 minutes. So it's just like, I was like, well, if he can make a beat in 5 minutes, then I can make a song faster. And then like, so I was just like, you know what? I'm about to just streamline my whole process by outsourcing the shit a little bit more. And that shit's been working. Like I've been able to stay so consistent by working with other people. And it's gained me so many more connections because they have people that fool with them. They're like, yo, listen to what I just produced for homie. And then they like, oh shit, y'all crazy together type shit. Like, so it just helps. Like it builds the whole thing for real.
Yeah. You just spoke on like it being a positive part of it, but is it like difficult sometimes to initiate those meetings? Like is people always open to, you know what I'm saying, work or?
I think it's give and take. I think now that I'm starting to get a little bit more of a name, like people are like, oh, hell yeah. But I also have been reaching out a little bit less because like I've just been so locked in on what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's both. Like a lot of people that I reach out to, they're just like, oh, hell yeah, I'm pulling up. Like they pull up ASAP. And then some people I reach out to, they feel like they're in their own little bubble. Yeah. And they just be like, nah, I'm cool. And that's respectable. So, because I be on that type of time sometimes too. So.
Definitely. Now, what if another artist approached you and wanted you to like executive produce their whole album? Is that something you're willing to do, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of been doing that with people. The first time I ever did that, I literally had a homie, my homie Staffa. He don't even rap or nothing. He just was like, bro, make me a rapper on some funny shit. So we like start doing it like as a joke, but I literally produced an entire little EP for him, and he got his little rap debut off. Like it was funny. That was probably like 2015 type shit. But since then, I've produced a lot of stuff for people. Like most recently, the artist Duke So Crazy from the city. He comes in a lot. Like I was saying, people will bring me in samples to just chop up on the spot. He does that. He got like a lot of soul samples he comes in with. So he'll literally come in like, yo, I got this album I'm working on. These are all the samples that I think fit the concept or whatever. And then we just been cooking. So he probably got like 6 or 7 drawings from me so far that are going to be on the project. And then I offer packages where if you want me to like make the beats for the music and record with me, I offer like little packages like that. So yeah, anything honestly, like whatever people want to do.
Do you write for other artists? Like have you gave songs out at this point?
I have given songs out. Yeah, I haven't given many songs out, but I've given a few songs out. And then just generally in here with people, I always help people out. Like, I'll never ask them to put my name on the shit, but niggas know I be helping them out. So it's like, yeah.
He's like, I know, we know what it is. It's like pretty much what Drake be alluding to all the time.
Exactly. Like, it's like,
we know what it is.
Yeah, you know, so it is what it is.
Now, when you make beats or like, you got a fire song, like, is there ever times where you're like, yo, I just can't sell this, like, this gotta stay exclusive
all the time.
To me? Like,
I do that shit all the time. I feel like I be saying to Duke, I'm like, yo, I don't know how you always get me to make a hard-ass beat, because I be sitting by myself not able to make shit. He'll bring a sample in, I cook him up some crack, and I'm this nigga like, oh, like, thank you, bro. I'm like, I don't even want to give it to you now. Like, I don't even want to give it to you. But nah, that shit happen all the time. I ain't even gonna hold you. Even yesterday, we had a producer, my homie Vaughn, came in. And he playing beats, and we had all the homies in the room, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I want that one." I'm like, "Nah."
That's me.
I'm like, I ain't even trying to be like that, but I really want to rap on that. Like, that should be funny.
That'd be something fun in the studio to do. Y'all do like a rap off. Like, all right, who want the song? We gotta go in the studio right now.
Niggas been here rapping all day. We been rapping for hours last night. Real shit.
Right. If you beat me, you get the beat.
That's what I'm saying. That should be fun, man. It'd be all fun.
Now, do you think being in control of like every aspect of the project can lead to a repetitive sound, or it gives you more creative freedom to like elevate and find your sound? I
think once again it's both, because I got to a point where I felt like shit was kind of repetitive with my sound, and that's why I said like people like Jameson and Vaughn, and they just like put me on different vibes that I might not have made as a beat maker. But like I feel like as an artist, maybe because I can do so much of it in my head. Like, I don't write none of my words down. Like, people have been asking me for lyrics for like weeks, and I don't
it's all in your head.
Yeah, I don't be writing none of that shit
that's
down.
Crazy.
So it's like, for me, the process, I was able to streamline it in my head when it comes to being an artist. As a producer, you can't, because you have to lay it down. So it's just like, I don't know, it's easier to rap. It's easier for me to rap because I feel like my mind, I can think, like something I can think about in 0.5 seconds rather than like doing and it take an hour. It's like your mind's so much faster, so it's just easier to write.
Makes sense. Now, I also noticed there's not many features, if any, on the project. Mm-hmm. Is there a reason behind that?
Not a specific reason. One, I just don't make music with a lot of people. Like, in terms of like when I'm actually in the mode of recording, like it don't be a lot of people around. Also, like my song topics be so personal. I just be like, nah, I don't think your perspective would like add to what I'm talking about right now because I went to such a personal place. But like, I don't know. I'm not like feature averse. Like, I'm not like against doing that shit or nothing like that. But I don't know. Sometimes I just be feeling like I killed that shit enough. Like, ain't nobody else get on that joint.
That's right.
I'm like, you gonna take it, don't take it. Like, if I don't feel like the person gonna kill me on that joint, I'm not putting them on there. Because that's what I would want. I want you to, like, make my verse look like the weak one. So, like, I'm not gonna put your verse on. And that's real,
because sometimes artists, like, if they get a verse that's too fire, like, nah, you gotta change that.
Yeah, right? Real shit. Make me go back and rewrite my shit. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Real shit.
That's real. Now, we touched on it a little bit earlier, but let's talk more about some of the songs from the project. Mm-hmm. To make it a little bit more fun and interactive, I'm going to actually say a line from a song, and you got to tell us the song title and the project that it's from.
Ah, shit.
Let's see. You said you don't, it's all in your head. You don't write it down. So
that's going to be hard as fuck. All right, let's go.
I try not to pick too hard one, but you know. All right, so this first one. And I can repeat it for you if you need me to. Good. This one says, "You want my love, then ask for it. I ain't trying to deal with no passive shit."
Damn. Fuck. Is it on Keep Faith?
Yes, you got the album.
I knew it was on Keep Faith. What song is that? Is that Tyler?
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm thinking of the rhythm of it. Like, that gotta be Tyler.
Yep, that was released March 8th, 2021. Had 10 songs on that one. Alright, so the next line is, "I feel like I'm floating on a cloud. Really, I'm just falling, crashing down."
Oh, I know what that is that Bad Mom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, from, what's that, Circle 16?
Yeah.
Damn, that shit hard.
That's a good back.
Damn, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that one says it was released September 26, 2018.
Damn.
3-song EP.
That's crazy.
Alright. This next line. "Lost my brother. Read about it in an article."
What song is that? That's on Black.
Yeah.
I think it's Raise the Roof?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that song?
Yeah, Black EP released August 1st, 2021.
Yes, I know my songs.
You gotta at least get like 2 bars next time.
Because
some of them like throwbacks, and he got so much words in there. That's like it's hard to pick just something.
It be so many words. I'm like, why be forgetting my damn self?
All right, this next one. This probably be easy one, but I picked this because it's my favorite. Mm-hmm. "Don't give me credit. I don't even need it. I'm already indebted. I'm here for a reason."
That's Fall Back from 7
Yeah, that's my favorite song.
Real shit. I think that's like one of my most played songs for real.
Yeah, it was on the top list when I went and checked.
Real shit.
That came out September 29th, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this next one. "They say love is blind and I already don't see well."
Never Learn Love?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love is Love.
Yeah. That's another favorite line. I'm like, yeah, that was cold. I don't see well.
I don't. My eyesight's terrible.
All right, this next one says, And they know I'm a And they know I'm a real problem. Real problem. Ain't no stopping real niggas. Every nigga real till you see and hang around.
Damn. That's an old John. That's it was on Trill.
Mm-hmm.
What's the second song? Damn. Second song on Trill. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. I know exactly what song it is though.
That was from Dreamin'.
Dreamin'. Damn, I could not remember what that song was called.
Yep, uploaded to Apple Music on September 8th, 2017.
Damn.
And then this last one says, fuck who's supposed to be there. They won't be there every time.
That was on Searching for Something.
Yep.
What is that song called? It's the last song. What is song? I'm supposed to be there, they won't be there every time. I cannot remember what the fuck that song's called.
That was Drowning.
Drowning, damn. How do I be choosing the song names? Oh, I feel like I'm drowning. Oh, damn.
Yep, that came December 3rd, 2021.
That's crazy. I don't be remembering none of that shit. When it comes to song names, I be drawing blank.
Nah, you did good. I'll give you a 7 for 7 because you got all the albums
Yeah,
right.
I was about to say I was close.
You know, you got all the albums right and 5 out of the 7 titles, so you did good with that. You really be writing your lyrics.
Real shit.
Now, before we wrap up, I did just have a few more questions just to give people a broader perspective on pretty much where your plans is, what your goal in this is, like where you see yourself going. Like,
yeah. In terms of like the plans for, I guess, the short term, definitely gonna drop some more music soon. Really, I want to get more visuals out. I want to get way more visuals out. I feel like people definitely been like kind of fiending to just see what I'm gonna come up with in terms of the visual, just because they haven't seen much, and the little bit that they have seen has been pretty good. So they like, fuck it, I want to see some more shit, bro. So that's the short term. In the long term, I just want to gain more influence, honestly, just in my community. Not even just musically, like just in terms of like creating an impact, like a positive social impact on the community. Creating more events where people can come out and have fun, not feel like anything's dangerous. Like I feel like it was a lot of years where we just wasn't getting a lot of like energy from other people because we was locked away. So like that's a big aspect of life, being around other people. Like you literally get sick off being by yourself a lot. So I'm just trying to really just bring more togetherness to my area and more namesake to my brand, like DrewTyrell, as in like I'm not just an artist, like I'm an impactful community leader. Like you said, I'm interested in different things like basketball, shit like that. So I just want to be more involved with my surroundings and be more invested.
That's good. Now, what do you think is going to take to get you noticed on that larger scale?
I think part of it is going to be getting my face out there more, for sure. I think the music is doing its part because it might not work the fastest because it's more audible than visual, but I think everything people hear, they love. So, like, it's gaining me fans every time a new person hears some shit. So I think taking my time and making good music has gone a long way. What was the question again?
Pretty much just what you needed to get noticed on that larger scale.
Yeah, and then also just I think putting myself in different surroundings and putting myself around different people and people who are of that caliber and who have the connections. Like we spent more time in LA. Like I spent a lot of time in LA. That's probably the only other city I go to like often. I have people out there that I know. We spent more time in New York recently. We're trying to start going up there. We just met a producer in Boston. We got plans to go to Atlanta. So really just traveling, just trying to expand, get the music out there, get the music in the right people's hands so that then it'll go to everybody's hands.
Now, what if, everything goes to plan, you done met up with mad people, but you keep coming across like kind of like the Kanye Effect. They just want the producer, Drew. They don't. The music's cool, but we ain't really trying to push that right now.
That would be interesting. I wouldn't even know how to react to that. I would probably just keep doing the shit on my own because, like I tell bro all the time, like it's not really a goal of mine to get signed. Like I'm trying to really build my own thing so that I don't have to depend on anybody. Because either way, when you get into a situation, you need some sort of leverage, some sort of backing so that you can get what you want out of the situation as well. That's why I've been dropping as much music as I have, because at the end of the day, I could sign a deal tomorrow and everything that I dropped so far is mine.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless I would sign it over to him,
Away,
but that's my choice. So I just feel like moving in a way that benefits me first, and then worry about everything else after. That's usually how that shit goes.
Now, my final question pretty much is, tell me why you believe you can make it in this business. Like, when you look in the mirror, what gives you that, like, yo, I'm him, like?
I don't know. It was never really like something that just like clicked. It happened over time. Like, over time, I just started believing more and more every day, because I don't really plan out that far. Like, every day is like, it's not given. So it's like every day I wake up and I'm just like, bro, I'm going to try to get a little bit better today. So then each day that I've seen the progress is like the output, like the songs, shit like that. And that I'm able to throw like listening parties or like little events. Like, I get to see what I'm doing physically. So it's like, it's almost like stepping stones. So I can see like, all right, yeah, I could do this shit. People reacted well. They come into the events, listening to the music, all that type of shit. So I might as well just keep doing it, because it can only grow. So.
Yeah, you kind of just sparked a thought in my head just from thinking earlier in the interview how you spoke to like the younger you who really didn't give a fuck, no passion, like, and then just to go through that growth time and hear you talk now, it's just like, it really is a perspective thing. Like, you see how much drive you have now when it's like, you knew you loved basketball, but you didn't know what was after that. So now that you found music, and you're surprising yourself with how much abilities you have. So I think that's probably, when I listen to your music, I can hear like literally like the passion behind what you're saying. So that's why I like to listen to your music a lot, because like you said, you're getting vulnerable, it's more than just that party music. You can give me bars, you can give pretty much everything, but overall it's always a real sense of feeling behind that.
Right.
Now, pretty much that's all I had for today's interview. Want you to tell the people where they can find you at, as well as your music. And any special shout outs you want to give?
Well, shit, DrewTyrell, like I said at the beginning, you can find me on Instagram at DrewTyrell, DrewTyrell. I don't know how to spell my name, my fault. Go on Twitter, it's DrewTyrell, MLE. You can go on YouTube, DrewTyrell, Apple Music, all that type of stuff. Shout out to everybody who was watching this in the future. Shout out to T for having me in. And you was watching Cloudy Conversations. Oh, and go listen to Love is Life. My fault.
All right. Thank you again. It's been a pleasure.